Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cowboy Channel and stop number 1 of the Coastal Farm and Ranch Challenge of Champions Tour. My name is Brian Fry, call Surprise Arizona home. My good buddy here, Steve Kenyon, we're going to be bringing the action tonight. Steve, it's the very first stop. This is where it all started, was right here in Roseburg, Oregon.
This is where it all started. You know, really kind of a tribute to the old Umpqua Valley Roundup that for years and years and years was a really good rodeo in the PRCA. Jason Maddox, who lived here, decided he wanted to go ahead and give the fans something to put on, to remember, to enjoy the Western way of life. Started as a couple of bull ridings, probably 17 events this year on the Challenge of Champions Tour. We just got done with the big finals. It was awesome, Brian, and now we get to do it all over again.
Well, and that's what's neat about it, Steve, is this bull riding tour. It was really designed for the bull riders. Up here in the Northwest, there's not any rodeos going on in the winter. So it gives these cowboys the opportunity to come up, stay primed, still got on great bucking bulls. And tonight we have got some of the very best in the business. They're going to be matched up with some of the top bucking bulls going down the road.
My name's Jason Maddox. I'm the founder of the Challenge of Champions Tour. It's been 12 great years. I rodeoed professionally and rode bulls and stuff, and I guess that was my way of being done. I didn't, you come to end of your career and ride bulls, you don't know what you're going to do afterwards, and I thought, heck, I'll just try to put on an event. And we started here in Roseburg, and we did our first event, and each year it's changed, and we learned from our mistakes from our first time. But that was kind of it. I wanted to be able to put on events so I can stay involved with the event we love so much, rodeo and bull riding. When I was young, we moved to Wickenburg, and we met Brett Tatum, he now is our buddy. He owns Trace Rios Buckles, but he's an old Christensen Brothers tie. His mom was Vicky Christensen. I think we were 6 or 7 when we moved there, I think 7. And my brother and Brett wanted to ride bulls, and Brett's cousins were Cody Custer and Jim Bob Custer. So we couldn't ask for a better family to teach us how to ride, I think. So Cody and Jim Bob got us on some steers, and to be honest with you, I hated it. I was scared. I got on, I think for 2 years, and I never rode one steer. And I only did it because they did. And every time I got on, I was scared to death. But I kept doing it. And then we ended up, my folks and stuff, they sold a feed store that we were there in Wickenburg. We moved to Phoenix, and my dad at that time didn't agree with us riding bulls. And we did football and baseball growing up and other sports. So when we were 17, my dad gave us the option of riding bulls or continue with sports, and both me and my brother decided to start riding bulls and went to one of Cody's schools. And then I started high school rodeoing, and again, didn't do very good. I rode one bull in high school. They called him Freckles of Honeycuts, and I won a check, and I thought that was the coolest thing. And then I went back my senior year, played football, and then after that, rodeoed from then on out and went to Odessa College, and that's kind of where it taught me really how to ride bulls, was going to school to Odessa and getting on 15 or 20 head every time we had practice. It was just get on and get on and get on. And from the moment, that would have been in 97, and by 2002, so I guess that's 5 years, I ended up winning the turquoise circuit in the bull riding. Then my last year of school, I went out to Vegas to UNLV, and I was gonna finish out school there. I ended up getting hurt rodeoing that year, and so I decided I was gonna go back to school, and I ended up going back to Natalie's first year of school. We met, and I actually knew everybody around Natalie before I knew her. Like, it's weird how God works, and so we went, she finished school up there, I attended, and she finished her schooling, and in 05 we moved up here. We figured her family's up here, and my family's kind of scattered all over, so we decided to come up here, and we've always heard of the tradition of the Umpqua Valley Roundup and what a great rodeo they had, and I got to ride. I was excited to have my first hometown pro rodeo, when it first came up here, and then it dissolved like a year or two later. So it was always my goal to put on an event, in my hometown. Roseburg, it's awesome. It's our hometown. We've gotten so many great friends here and family, and they've all backed us 100%. Everybody here just loves the CCT, and we started with Mad Dog, and it turned into the tour, and about 3 years after we started, and so this is going on our 12th year, and this town is awesome. We do 3 events here, and they're all unique in their own way. We do our indoor one here in January, and then we do the fair outside. That fair we build on track like the Umpqua Valley Roundup used to do, and then we go out to Umpqua Sand and Gravel where we build it out in the orchards. So it's really cool. All 3 are very unique in their own way.
And stop number 1 of the Coastal Farm and Ranch Challenge Champions Tour right here in Roseburg, Oregon. Stop number 2 in beautiful Prineville, Oregon.
Battle of the States bull riding.
Welcome to the Coastal Farm and Ranch Challenge Champions Tour, Hermiston, Oregon.
Welcome to Central Point, Oregon.
We started with 3 in '09, and it's jumped to, we have 18 this year. And we used to, like I said, just be based out of Roseburg and then Central Point too. So those were our first year. We did 2 in Roseburg and 1 in Central Point. And now we're all over the Northwest. We go California, Nevada, Idaho, and Washington and Oregon now. And guys are traveling, they're calling. I mean, our books are full before we have our next event. It's pretty cool. You know, I have great personnel. The people that have been with me pretty much since I started are still here. It's, you know, some people come and gone, but it's, you know, they've either moved on to other rodeos or they moved out, but we've had such a great following of the people that have been with me. And then our contestants, we got to see a lot of guys grow up through our junior association and watch that happen. And now they're riding on our tour. My wife's 100% supportive of this. You know, she rodeoed, she won the College National Finals barrel race. A lot of people forget that. So she understands rodeo too, and I think that's what helped us with our events. You know, a lot of guys that put on events, they've never rodeoed. You know, they might have helped out at rodeos and stuff, but they've never been involved. They've never were a contestant themselves. So, you know, our family, we have, you know, my father-in-law is Jody Titone, and he's been to the finals 5 times. So he's on my shoulder, like telling me, hey, you know, do it this way, or here's some ideas, and he's got contacts, you know. Jerome Robinson was his traveling partner, so my early days I got to ask Jerome a lot of questions, and he was a huge help to what I was doing, so that was cool. And we have a crew that loves it as much as me and Natalie do, and that's what's awesome. And they've all kind of taken it. Now their families come, and then their extended families come, so it's built one heck of a family-oriented deal. And you know, people are traveling from other areas now to come to our events outside of Roseburg. You know, we got followers we get a party bus that goes down to Reno. I mean, all of our great friends that come down there, that's pretty cool. My wife's there every time, and our daughters, we've got 3 daughters. Joelle's 13, Kasha's 10, and Stella's 7. They rodeoed, junior rodeoed. Joelle made the junior national finals last 2 years. Kasha's ready now, she wants to. So, but they love it, they hold the flag, they're there to help check in, they work the front gates, I mean, they've grown up in our bull rides, and it's pretty cool. So this is our hometown, so we have a lot of friends and family that are our sponsors, and some that aren't, that they just love seeing what we do. The sponsors here, they're just way different than some of our other towns. They get involved. So we usually do a golf tournament here, and sponsors come out and they golf with us. You know, we pair them up with the bull riders and stuff. You know, this year we're going to do a bowling tournament. But we go to the sponsors' establishments, you know, like we're gonna go to the bowling alley. We go to the local restaurants and we eat, you know, we take groups of us and we go eat in town, and we eat with the sponsors, and we eat with people that don't sponsor. We just make sure people in town know Cowboys are in town and the CCT's home. Being our hometown, we're very prideful in, you know, what this town thinks of CCT, and we can support them just as much as they've done us, and they've done us a great job. And, you know, we're gonna dang sure stay at the hotels, we're gonna eat at the restaurants, and, you know, do that kind of stuff for them to give back. From the moment we started here, we have fans that come in that Saturday afternoon. They put their blankets on the bleachers, and they're more or less, I mean, we don't have reserved seating, but there's blankets where that same family is sat every year within there. It's really cool. And that's what Roseburg's become, is, you know, more or less season ticket holders. They come in and they put their season seats in, and they sit there and they come in, and the blankets are sitting there when they come in. We don't move anything, and they come up there. I think that's pretty cool, you know. You can walk through, I mean, that place holds about 1,000 people, and you can walk through and kind of see the same faces of the families. And we've had, you know, people, their first dates there, and they've got married and they come back. We've heard their stories of that. That's pretty neat. You know, you don't think about all that stuff. You know, you want them to have an awesome event and love the bull riding, but you don't think when they walk through that door, you know, this is a first date, or this is a child's first event, or this is that. And if you think about it that way when you're putting it on, it makes it so much more fun too. And you know, you're always selling an experience. So a guy told me one time, and I always remember this, is what I always think about when we're doing it is, you know, you can go watch a rodeo or a bull riding and you'll never remember who wins, but you'll remember that hot dog. You had the biggest hot dog, the corn dog, you know, and that's the experience. And like always, in a weird way, I always remember that. You know, it's not really what's going on in the arena, it's the atmosphere. And if you create a fun atmosphere and people feel comfortable, they'll always want to come back. We can't seat everybody in January, you know, how many people we have to turn away. But it's neat to see out there at the fair. I mean, this last year, I think we had almost 4,000 people in the stands. I mean, and they would just love the bull riding, and that's what's fun. And those are all fans we're getting, and maybe they'll come outside of the town of Roseburg to go to our events, you know. But again, Roseburg has just boosted us so much and taught us so much. And you know, to be able to do this and show this part of it and what it's boiled up to be, I think is pretty cool, you know. And Roseburg understanding, man, you did this, you guys created this, you guys supported us, you sponsored us, you came and put your butts in the seats, you come out and cheer, and you always, you know, you come, and that's what allows us to keep doing what we do.
Davis now, McCleary, Washington. Actually, he makes his home outside of Rathdrum, Idaho. I got invited to go to his wedding last fall. He's still on his honeymoon. This kid's on his rookie year for the PRCA. He's a bull rider. He's a bareback rider, bronc rider, team roper, horse trainer, you name it, he does it. But this is where he makes a living. This is where he makes his home. And tonight, Jake Davis has got double dues to the Crozier Buck and Bull industry. As we go back down to Burlington Mattress Gallery, move up one more time, we'll go to Highline Home.
Well, here's the thing on the Crozier Buck and Bull. This bull bucked off for one of our top cowboys, Paul Capini, on stock number 1. Let's see if our Idaho cowboy can slam tonight.
Last year, he ended up winning the Spring Tour Rodeo in Sandpoint, Idaho. He went on over and finished things off with the finale for the Coastal Farm and Ranch Challenge of Champions Tour. Qualified to go to the Columbia River Circuit Finals. He's going to do it again. Around to the left. Stay in there. You tapped. Come on, Run B.
Natalie Maddox here with the Challenge of Champions Tour. We're kicking off 2019 right in Roseburg, Oregon, my hometown. And I'm here standing tonight and proud to be here with Eric Schwent. He's one of our bullfighters. And I would like to ask Eric a little bit about how he got into this game, why you chose this this contract job that puts yourself in danger on a regular basis.
Well, I rodeoed like when I was younger and whatnot, but I rode calves and steers when I was younger and just didn't really like it. And so just kind of hung out around rodeo, and when I was around 13, I decided that I wanted to try and be a bullfighter, and I went to my first school when I was 13, and it's kind of just stuck. And I mean, I'm 29 now, so it's been, I don't know, 15 years, 16 years, something like that.
I like it. So trial and error kind of just led you down this path that I think suits you pretty awesome. Tell us a little bit more about what you do outside of the Challenge of Champions Tour.
Well, I have my PRCA card too, and so I do a lot of pro rodeos, and then I do some freestyle bullfights too.
Awesome. It's pretty exciting to watch, and it's really great to watch Eric and the guys at the CCT. They do such an awesome job. I know the Cowboys appreciate it. I know Jason appreciates you guys. They just really take a lot of pressure off of the entire event by being in the arena. So thank you so much, Eric, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
He's around to the left. Let's help the Oklahoma Cowboy right here. Leaderboard, watch out. Yeah, on his feet.
How'd you feel about the way this guy rode tonight?
I tell you what, come here, not being on, what was it, Derek, 4 months?
Since August.
Since August. He hadn't been on the tour for probably 3 years. He's been hurt nonstop. To come stick it on our 2-time bull of the year, make him look easy. Derek, that was an accomplishment tonight. Good bull ride, buddy. It's an honor to give you our awards.
This is Derek McCormick from California, folks. The bull that he got on the first one, he was 89.5 on the bull of the year. Tell me how that ride felt.
It felt great. It just feels good to be back at it again and healthy.
Healthy until that bull walked all over you, but you know what? You got a week or two to get ready.
Yeah, I shouldn't have landed underneath him or hung up, but that's my fault.
So tell me, before we let you go, describe what it's like to ride that bull to these fans.
A dream come true, just being able to do it.
Yeah. Missing a year or two, you're back. A new pair of shafts. The check station's going to give you tonight ought to cover that. Derek McCormick, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
That's Derek McCormick. He is our champion. Come on, y'all.
Dalton Davis, the former Washington High
School.
School champion, the intercollegiate finalist from Yakima, Washington. Brian, he was 85.5 last night.
The kid's been on fire, Steve. He's been on fire. And it's just fun to watch this cowboy ride. He has got a big old grin no matter where he's going, where he's coming. He is just a very good guy to be around. And he's got one of the coolest mustaches behind the bucking chutes.
I really want him to ride this bull. The bull's name is Muffin.
You can't buck off a bull named Muffin.
You can't buck off a bull named Muffin.
You want to see Natalie Maddox go crazy? Look up in the announcer stand right now.
Nobody bucks off of a muffin.
No.
Watch
You
it.
get ran over by muffins every day. Save yourself. What is happening? Oh my God, those muffins are trying to eat this guy. What's happening?
He's so cute.
Ladies and gentlemen, he rode him last night. He rode him tonight. What'd you think of Dalton Davis?
Cool. So we do a draft at the bull riding, and some people thought, you know, different opinions of it. Even the bull riders are like, no, too much pressure, I don't like to do it. So drafting is, we let them pick their bull. It's total random the way we do it, so they get it. They're actually more nervous because they pick their bull now, and they're more nervous of what they pick and they got to ride. You know, it's more like you pick your poison, and you know, you got enough courage to pick that bull, you know, and now you got to ride him that night. So it's neat. And the guys, they're like, well, you know, it's actually better if we don't. And I said, no, actually the riding percentages with them doing that is way better. They actually ride way better when they pick them. They don't think they do, but they do. The night as a performance, they ride more bulls than when we just do a draw. The draft has really stepped up our game. I mean, they're riding, you know, I bet they're riding 25% of the bulls they get on that night. So a lot of times they ride 1 or 2, you know, we're riding 7 or 8. So but we're bringing good bulls too. You know, the Keller bull, we got 4 different guys at minimum bringing their best bulls. So, I mean, they're 83 to 88 points all the time. And it's pretty even pin of bulls. I'm pretty excited. The guys love it, and the contractors are prideful in it too. That's what I love.
Back to tour stop number 2 of the Coastal Farm and Ranch Challenge of Champions Tour right here in beautiful downtown Prineville, Oregon. Today here with me, we have Jordan Sammons, one of our cowboys that has been on the tour for a long time. Matter of fact, just last tour stop number 1, he ended up being 3rd, 4th place finish, 86.5 points. Jordan, welcome here. I tell you what, you got another white bucking bull that you're about to get on today. Last time, it turned out pretty good for you. What do you got to say about this one?
I'm not really familiar with this bull. He's one of the newer ones that they brought to this tour, but white bucking bulls always have awesome bulls, and I've had good luck with them so far. So when I saw that he was still there on the list, I was pretty excited to be able to get on him. So it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, the draft is one of those things where you get an opportunity to go up and actually pick your bull, and you saw what was on there left. You had good luck in the first one. You drafted this one. It should work out pretty good for you here today.
He drove Gunsmoke, white bucking bulls. You had the opportunity to talk to this cowboy a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you know, what a great athlete, what a great time. Born and raised in Kansas, went to the Texas Circuit Finals, went to the Columbia River Circuit Finals. This kid has got a ton of talent. He's a coach in basketball.
We've always had the Oregon Junior Bull Riders with us, and that has been an awesome deal. We've watched these kids. They've done such a great job teaching all these kids rodeo from the start. And we've got to, watch these kids go up from 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and riding with us. So they always get to come to our finals. We want to keep all these kids in Oregon and give them something to look forward to, and CCT is going to try to provide something like that. We're still working that out, but we'll always have the kids involved with us. They'll come to our events, and it's awesome watching them kids ride with their heroes. I mean, sometimes they sell the show. They're just so pumped and so excited to be able to be part of what we're doing and set their gear bag by them. We do schools too, and to hear these kids, their thing is, I want to ride on the Challenge Champions Tour. To me, we've done something. Like, that's pretty cool. They could ride the PBR. They all want to ride the PBR. They all want to get their PRCA cards in rodeo. But to hear them say they want to ride the Challenge Champions now, that's neat that it's built up to where young kids know about it. Joe Milling's our instructor, and Joe and I rodeoed, and he runs my shoots for me. He's my shoot boss. But I tell you what, I know a lot of great instructors, and Joe's one of them just as much as these other guys, and he teaches it a different way. And I respect and I love the way he does it. I've been to schools too, and I had great instructors that taught me well, and Joe's really taken a number of how he instructs, and it's helped these kids. Usually the kids that go to that school, by the year, the ones that really try and want to do it, one of them will be riding at our events before the year's out. They've qualified or rode a bull somewhere to do it, so it's pretty cool. Joe builds them up, and we give them the opportunity. It's pretty neat.
So I'm Joe Mealing from Pendleton, Oregon. Really, we're doing a whole lot more than bull riding. These schools, they reach out to a lot of different kids and from different backgrounds, and we're hoping to give them not only what they think they're after in the bull riding, but a little bit more. But every one of them will leave here with an experience, an experience not just of, oh, hey, bull riding's fun, but an experience of 3 days of somebody cares about me.
I think it's important to know that the CCT was started as intentional, and our initial motto, if you remember, was preserving the Western lifestyle. So the way we can do that is the way that we know how to do that, and the way he knows how to do that is through bull riding. And then that evolved trying to keep Western events in Southern Oregon, because the Umpqua Valley Roundup had gone away, and we had kids that we wanted to be able to rodeo locally, because locally there's not a lot of options. And so that started there, evolving into, well, we've got this machine running and we're good at this production. Let's work on the layer that comes before us, which is the junior bull riding. So juniors, schools, those two elements were added, trying to strengthen the Western lifestyle.
Cody Hudson came up through riding all the junior bull riders with us, and he made his first CCT finals as 18. He's been to the PBR. He won a PBR event one year. He got qualified to go to the televised events for the PBR, and he this last year also through our events got qualified to go to the WCRA. So to me, that's pretty cool. That young man's come through and he's done a lot. And
Cody Hudson. He was 87 points in the long round. Come out here and put it down right now. Watch this. It's Cody.
Cole Hill. Cole is probably the youngest kid that's come through our events. And Cole came up and just in Roseburg this last January, he won it. To come through the ranks, he's 16 years old. He made his first CCT finals this last year, and he also won his first Challenge Champions Tour as a 16-year-old kid. So he's actually probably the youngest champion we've had of one of our events.
last year. There's no guaranteed contracts. You got to go out there and perform. You got to get to the pay window. Come on, young Cole. Win it. I told you. You're making it look good.
I love these guys to come home from, going to the PBRs and going to the PRCA rodeos, and maybe they're struggling, and they come get on our bulls here, and they're 83 to 89 points every time they come to our events, but they're just good bulls. And as a rodeo guy myself, that's what I wanted to come. When I was struggling, I wanted to get on just nice bulls. I didn't want to get on bulls that were gonna try to yank me down, and a lot of practice pins guys want to buck their juice hogs or their junk, and it doesn't help a guy. So to come to our events, that's been kind of a cool stepping stone for us, is these guys come and get on good bulls, and we send them back off on, they go on to win a lot of money. And it's pretty cool. One year, another story is Alan Helmuth he came in January and February are 2 events, and he went on to win the Dodge National Circuit Finals that year. You just help them build their confidence. Some of the guys, the 18-year-old kids, a lot of them aren't ready to go get on rank bulls every day. So to come here and be part of our stuff, and we get to see them guys succeed later on, I think that's cool. And they always come back when they have a spot. When they have an open date, they're always coming back to our tour, and to me that means a lot too. And to have them say there's nothing out there that what we do matches up to what anybody else does, One of our guys went to Montana, and he said that he's like, I miss coming to those events because the pin of bulls you guys put together is just awesome. And everyone does a great job putting the pins of bulls together, but it's just the most even set of bulls. And every guy has a chance to win, and that's what I'm proud of. Like I said, I don't ever want to be the PBR and I don't want to be the PRCA. I love both of them. I want to be the stepping stone to those. I want guys to do that, and I just think that's professionalism, is build these guys, let them come and fill their pockets at our deals and get confidence to go on and make the NFR and PBR finals.
Let's go. We're going to the young man, Levi Gray, Texas Pride. He's a New Mexico cowboy. Watch him. Rides the Crozier Bucking Bull, Texas
Justin is one of the young guns on the tour. You've been going down the road. You've been going to schools, and your amateur career has quickly turned into a professional career. What's it like to be a finalist for the Challenge Champions Tour?
Oh, it's a great experience being able to come out here to all these bigger bull ridings and improving my career, and just coming out here to the bigger bull ridings and hanging out with the best bull riders around here and some of the best bulls in Oregon, and just to be able to challenge myself with all these big guys, it's pretty cool.
Head on down to one that you did an interview on earlier on. Young Justin Houston, Coquille, Oregon, actually won this rodeo 1 year ago.
That's right, second generation bull rider. Been to the Challenge Champion Tour finale. He has a 90-point ride in his pocket. He can make it happen on the $2 Rodeo Company Bucking Bull. Let's help him.
Woo! 2-time. Here we go, Jace Catlin. They were 84 to win an event on the Challenge of Champions Tour last year on this red, white face bull. Stay in the middle. Hold it.
Cody Vaughn around to the left. Let's take the young man. Woo!
Like it, like it. He was 87.5 in Sisters, Oregon at the PRCA Rodeo there. 87 in Hermiston, Oregon at the PRCA Rodeo there. Let's ride a bull, Wyatt Covington, come on. This bull's tough because he's always moving away from you. And he handled it perfectly.
Rodeoing to me is life, and that's where I met my wife, and that's where I developed this lifestyle too. So rodeo gave me a lot. But overall, it's just a dream I get to live all the time, and it means so much. It's pretty cool.